If you've just joined us, our guest in this episode of Question Time is the Minister of Communications, Honorable Adebayo Shittu. Don't go away.
Perhaps MTN didn't see this coming because of past culture of impunity. So would this fine not be too hard
I don't
on
think so.
MTN as a company?
I don't.
Look, I have told you times that it is not for us. I mean, when laws exist, they operate every minute of their existence. So for us, I I can't be going into their minds or trying to, foresee what they had thought of or what they never thought of. What's important is there are laws. They knew that those laws existed. For some inexplicable reasons, there were violations, and when there are violations, we have to make the point that we're in a new regime where impunity must stop. And that's exactly what they did.
You've been in office for the past 1 week now, barely 1 week now. What investigation are you launching into this?
Look, I'm just a week old in this office. I'm still being briefed. Briefing will start today specifically by the departmental heads within the ministry, and thereafter the various parasitors, including NCC and others, would brief me. Thereafter, perhaps, I will also try to meet stakeholders, particularly the companies involved in GSM operations. And by the grace of God, we would do everything that is needful to be done to make sure that we reposition the industry and so that Nigerians will benefit optimally.
Are you considering the interest of shareholders in all this? Because we understand that the share value of MTN is dropping.
Well, I don't have all the details, and it's not my business to look at that. I'm not a member of the stock exchange. I'm not an operator there. I'm not a stockbroker. I don't operate within the Nigerian Stock Exchange and so on. And for me, my mandate is ensuring that telecommunications industry is repositioned. And that's what I intend to do.
Where does the Nigerian interest lie?
Even the shareholders we were talking, they are Nigerians too. So you won't say that the interest of a minority must superimpose or triumph over the interests of the majority. The Nigerian people are the subscribers. They pay for their subscriptions. They pay to use their lines. And because they deliberately voted for a government that they can trust to protect their interests, that's why the new government is in place. And as far as we are concerned, we have a duty to the generality of Nigerians to ensure good governance. And ensuring good governance includes ensuring that laws are obeyed.
We've had cases in the past of using unregistered lines to perpetrate crime, and such as in the case of Falaye. Now, what's your administration doing now to ensure that this becomes a thing of the past?
Well, the first policy is to ensure that all lines are registered so that the owners of those lines would be identifiable if their lines get to be used for fraud. That has been done. That is to say that in fact the Nigerian government had really taken the right decisions to protect public interests. Look, if they had done the needful, when the Falaye matter of kidnapping came up, the operators would have been, the criminals would have been arrested before they even, got ransom money. But because they could not be traced, because the lines they were using were not registered, so that created the immediate cause of the action of NCC. Because NCC said, look, the security agencies were involved. The lines being used were not unknown lines. They were known lines, and one expected that if they had been used, that was the basis for knowing that there were so many lines which had not been registered. So for us, we will take appropriate action to ensure that before crimes are committed now, we do the needful to ensure that, no such thing is repeated. Incidentally and ironically, we have not had similar experiences with other telecommunication service providers. It is my hope that from now on, all the telecommunication companies will live by the rules, would ensure that regulations being provided in the laws and by NCC are strictly adhered to. Up to
Nigerians have complained about exploited charges from the telecommunication providers.
Yes. Well, we will investigate. Beliefs are beliefs. When we have good cases being made for this, we will certainly take action. I'm aware, however, that the cost of the per minute cost now is less than 40 naira. We would, at the appropriate time, look at what goes into providing these services and see what are the profit margin. If it is too exploitative, certainly we will take action. But my information is that the fee in Nigeria is one of the lowest. That is my information. It is subject to correction. But if we have evidence of cheaper costs in environments where it is less profitable to operate, then we would take action.
You can also be a part of this conversation by sending us your comments on our various social media platforms showing on your screen. Coming up on Question Time, will there be a political solution to the NCC's fine on MTN?